We are live from the Spero Clinic, and today Danielle is graduating. Danielle, for several weeks you have been asking me what word I would use to describe you. That word is unpredictable. I can honestly say I never know what words are coming out of her mouth.
Neither do I.
That's the scary bit. At the end of each week, I like to ask my patients what they plan to do for the weekend. Typically, that looks like sitting outside for fresh air or going for a short walk around the park. Not for Danielle. Danielle's weekends have been swimming at the lake, racing go-karts, going fishing where she caught a turtle by accident, and even going on an adventure where she had to find a crocodile. So, Danielle, you have brought so much joy and laughter to our clinic. Everyone's going to miss you. But since the beginning, your one goal has been to get healthy and get home to your sweet boys, and that's what you've done. I'm very proud of you. I'll give you the floor.
Thank you. So first of all, I just spoke to Bryce a wee second ago, and he says, if you get that nervous, picture someone naked. So right now, I'm picturing Bryce naked. And you're looking good. Okay, so thank you, Dr. Lauren. I know that you've got full-blown anxiety about what I'm going to say, so I promise I'm going to behave myself. Exactly 1 year ago, I'm talking slow for all yous, by the way, not for people at home, but exactly 1 year ago, I was just doing my usual Saturday shift at work for me to all of a sudden start feeling unwell. Before I knew it, I was on the floor taking a seizure and then carted off in an ambulance. Little did I know that that was the start of my life about to change. After many hospital admissions, I was eventually diagnosed with POTS. I was in and out of hospital, many ambulances called, multiple injuries, including 4 facial fractures, 2 wrists in the past year. I had multiple cuts and bruises, and I just could not be on my feet as I constantly collapsed at anything consisted with movement or gravity. My husband and my 3 sons became my carers, picking me up off the ground, up off the floor in the shower, off the toilet, and even from the bottom of the stairs. They all learned how to manage my condition, how to bring me around from seizures, and sometimes being unconscious for up to 20 minutes. I had my 11-year-old putting me in recovery position and recording my blood pressure and timing how long my blackout was to determine whether he needed to call an ambulance that time or not. It was horrible to witness them hurt so much. The nerves in the house, every time they heard a noise, they'd come running to help me. To witness my husband on all fours crying if I gained another injury and he never managed to catch me in time was just heartbreaking. Life had done a complete 180-degree turn for our family. Andrew, holding down a full-time job, sometimes 6-7 days per week in order to keep our finances coming in, as well as having to be on call for me 24/7 and for our boys, calling him at work to tell him Mum's had another seizure or blackout. In August, I was diagnosed with functional neurological disorder. Then my condition became so bad I was bedridden. And then as it got so much for my family, I then had to have carers come in to take care of me, who have all been amazing and have become friends of mine. It got to this stage, I felt a complete burden to my husband and my sons, and I wasn't taking care of them. It was the other way around. I felt that I had lost my value and my purpose in life as a wife and a mother. And unfortunately, I tried to take my own life into my hands. And after being in resus, I was fortunately saved, as I wouldn't have been here today to get this second chance. I really thought that that was going to be the way I had to live the rest of my life, and it really scared me. Until one day, Andrew received a text from Zoe's auntie, Louise, who had saw our story, telling us about the Spero clinic that her beautiful niece Zoe attended in Arkansas, which helped save and give her life back. We then reached out to Zoe and her amazing mum Karen, and they told us all about the journey. And I will never forget Zoe telling me it was the first place she thought she knew, first place that knew she was in the correct place and they were going to help her, and she was 100% right. So when Nicola found out about this, she was like a dog with a bone. All her research, and next minute we're on a Zoom call with Kaylee from Spero and Alexis asking if they could help me. And I'm so glad the answer was yes. Nicola then came to visit me in the hospital and told me she needs to get me here, and she will one way or another. She then had a GoFundMe page up the next day, which at first I hated. I felt so vulnerable and embarrassed. But looking at it now, it's the only way that I got here. I really did not believe that amount of money could have been raised. Before 8 weeks, she had £78,000 in the bank, and now, yesterday, she officially hit her £90,000 target to help me. Not only has she helped me arrange private medical care, she took me to England on her day off work to see a neurologist to save Andrew from taking more time off work. She's been there for not just me, but my 4 boys. Nicola and her husband walked our dog at times, did our shopping, cleaned our house, and the list goes on. They both offered to take care of our sons whilst we were away to give them a safe haven and consistency, taking them out weekly and both running all over the place for them, parks, football, everything. Nicola's done so much research on my condition, she could tell the doctors more than they could tell me. She knew what I had before I was officially diagnosed. She has been there picking me up when I've fallen. Not only that, she's there to pick up my husband in the hospital and stayed by his side when I was in resus. I remember you say you will get me here regardless, and you didn't stop. And thank you, I will be forever grateful and never forget what you have done for us. You've allowed me to become me again, Danielle, and you've allowed me to become a mum and a wife again. Let's not forget Nicola's recruitment of the Golden Angels. Kelly, Nicola, Carol and Debbie, who were also a part of not only being there for me, but running events and raising an incredible amount of money along the way with my family and my friends and all my Green King colleagues. Thank you. One person who will be glad it's all over is Nicola's husband, Greg. No more raffle books, no more prizes all over his kitchen table, and he'll get his gym back. And in fact, he'll get his life back and his wife back. Thank you for stepping up and being there for our 3 sons and putting so much time into them and making sure they were okay. Andrew's mum, the mother-in-law, putting her whole life on pause and moving into our home to look after our boys and never complain once. And trust me, that is not like her. Both our dads for supporting us financially while we were here, as well as making sure our oldest son got his driving lessons. Kelly and Davey, the massive support yous have both been to us the last year, giving us an amazing Christmas, cooking us meals, delivering them, and Kelly always being there and making sure she took me out on a Friday, even if it was just for a run in the car to get me out my home. The list goes on, but thank you to everyone. And now Spero. The first day I walked into the Spero building and I was greeted by Quincy, Tristan and Paige. I just knew I was going to be looked after. The 3 of them every day brightened up my morning. I loved it even more when I got out my wheelchair though and I could actually see them over the counter. Shane and Hayden for the amazing chats and laughs and micro and telling us what strip club to go to. We never went though. Jacob, where's Jacob? What can I say about this guy? The main thing I loved about Jacob and Piezo when he squirted his juice over me every day. I loved our cheeky little chats and how his beautiful wee smile and his wee button nose made me so happy. We loved a little gossip together. I just loved him. But I was quite concerning how much pleasure he took in hurting me. Spunky. Where's Spunky? So Sierra's the one that named me Spunky. Anybody in Scotland will know what that means, but you might not. But anyway, you became my friend from day one. You never passed me without running over to me, giving me a hug. The way you never stopped working and desensitising my brain, which was pretty difficult at times. You've been a massive help and support, especially for my FND. Autumn, the newbie, where is she? LOL! So, I love getting to know Autumn during your training. Even though you did nearly kill me twice, took off my oxygen. If you stick to it, I'm sure you're going to be a massive asset to Spero. Ellie. So Ellie, I've been the first patient ever that Ellie's done hypno with that she had to face the opposite way, face the wall, and made me face the other wall because we couldn't stop laughing. And that was a dear £400 for that. So, Dr. Lauren. Oh my God. From day one, I thought, oh, she's going to be hard work. She had a serious case of resting bitch face. But as the days and weeks went on, I loved her more each day. She took all of my cheek. She stopped me from doing things, which I wasn't happy about. She told me off when I needed it. She even translated my Scottish accent to people who couldn't understand me. And although she had so much anxiety of what abuse I was going to give her today, right now, I just can't. She is a compassionate, beautiful soul, and I gain more respect for her each day. And the more I learn about her, more respect for her each day, the more I learn about her. We have met in many different situations, on the reception floor, on the NMR tables, in the car, the torrential rain, the parking lot, and during thunderstorms. Every time I took a seizure, it was her calm and beautiful wee face I opened my eyes to. But when she started speaking, I was like, oh God, I forgot how annoying that voice was. And I was also scared that every single time I took a seizure, she was going to add more treatment on and add time onto my journey. So I was so dying to be cheeky to you today, and there was so much more I wanted to say to you, but I'm going to leave that till Vegas Nerve this afternoon. Annie, sweet Annie, Miss America, the wee witch who put me through the most pain I've ever been in my life, worse than child labour, and I've been through that 3 times. You have picked me off the floor, you have caught me, you've even gave my husband a black eye by diving for me. You have done nothing but take care of me. Anytime I was having a bad day, you turned it around instantly. We laughed when we shouldn't have. You pushed me so hard, you not only got me out of my wheelchair, you then got me running. I've learned you every single Scottish curse word there is out there. And I've even gave her some sex tips. And I've organised her a date with a Scotsman, Mark, when she comes to Scotland to visit. We have our very own song that every time I hear it for the rest of my life, I will think of her. As Big Sean said in Oxygen, God brought yous both together. From California to Scotland to Arkansas, yous are meant to meet in the middle. Sorry about the accent. Everyone needs an Annie in their life, and I'm lucky to have found a friend for life. You're so special and caring, and I'm going to miss 3 o'clock every single day. But every single day for the rest of my life when 3 o'clock strikes, I will remember where I spent 3 o'clock for the last 4.5 months. Last but not least, my beautiful caring husband, who has the real resting bitch face around here. Not everyone knows, but my husband struggled with his own health last year and had a stroke on my 40th birthday. How selfish. He has never once complained about being there for me. He has more than proved he meant every single word in his vows in sickness and health. He has never left my side, and he's been the most phenomenal dad, but also took the role as mother on in the last year to our 3 boys. He has done things I feel no other husband should have had to do. Showered me, took me to the bathroom, which he still actually does, although I can do it myself, he still likes to join me for some reason. But the list goes on, what he has done for me. He's gave up his job to come and be with me here every step of the way. We have been together for 28 years, but together for the last 4.5 months, 24/7. And I've only wanted to kill him 3 times, which is pretty good for me. He has the biggest heart, and I'm so grateful to call him my husband. I really did not think I could ever love that man anymore. We are both going home to our 3 beautiful sons, who can now go back to being children. So Freddie, Frankie, and Finlay, you 3 have gave me every reason to fight through this, and I cannot tell you how proud of you 3 we both are. You have been amazing through this journey. I wish all the patients here a good, long life. They've all been fantastic, and you can see them every day working so hard. So now it's time to ring the bell. But from day one, Andrew's been here for me for the whole time, and I want him to join me in ringing the bell. There's one other person I wish it could join me ringing it, and it's Nicola, who got us here. I don't actually know if she'll still be watching, because she told me she'd be bored after 10 minutes and go out. But I'd like to invite Andrew up to help me ring the bell. Thank you, everyone, and thank you, Spero.